Hello Aries, welcome to the second half of March, the bi-monthly reading that I do for your sign. It's going to be during the time that some of you start your birthdays. I realize that some of you go into April, but the end of March is, or the last part of March is where you guys start. So I don't want to debate the day because there are so many different thoughts and theories out there, and I'm not an astrologist. I am a tarot reader. So we will turn that in, give that over to other people who have better expertise, and I will do your reading. This is your expanded birthday reading. I hope you take it as the gift that it is. Thank you so much. If you'd like a private reading, please go to royalmystic.com. Remember, this is a collective reading for all Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and that is for you to determine which parts of this belong to you. And I wish you all the best for your birthdays. Thank you, angels, archangels, divine pure white light, divine spirit, spirit guides, gods and goddesses. Thank you so much for allowing all Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising to have the information they seek for the second half of March, the 16th through the 31st, to assist them in remaining on their highest possible spiritual path. We thank you so much, Divine, for your presence here. We welcome you and thank you for the blessing of your information and guidance. You're here and now. Cutting something loose. You're making a decision to turn over a new leaf on something. This would be I call this the household energy. Sometimes it pertains directly to the household. Sometimes it pertains to your inner circle or you just the working life, everyday stuff. And this is your career and finance. Looks like those are running parallel. Then we have relationships, love life, and spiritual life. Looks like some of you may be having, definitely a new beginning. Sometimes you can't, I can tell the cards I want something to show up in this area or this area or this area and say that it's a specific topic. But if something is more prevalent for you, it's going to show up where it wants. And I have no power over that other than to interpret the reading as I see it. So this is your near future. And we have your Page of Swords. He is the information that you've been waiting on. He is inspiration or a divine communication of some kind, okay? So this is talking about thought, spoken word, or just some kind of divine, some knowledge that comes in for you. Kind of got a squished up area here. Sorry. Oh, trying to get all the cards in. Okay, so we have Temperance as your first card. That's the one that came out of the deck all by its little self. This is telling you be patient. We are working on the situation, whether it's finance, love, whatever, healing. This is divine light coming in for the Archangel Uriel. She is cooling this down. You see, this is like transmutation of this light into liquid from one cup into the next, cooling it down. Our human bodies cannot handle it straight from source. So that's why when we meditate or, however we go through it, it's the energy that's already been filtered, okay? This is more like a lightning strike, and we can't take that. But we can take it after it's been pulled through, sifted, and put into what we can digest, which is basically this little bit of pixie dust that's coming down, dropping down to our earthly bodies. And so it's telling you this takes a little time to exchange the energy. You give it a minute. It's working in your behalf as we speak behind the scenes. So patience is needed. The very next card is the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is talking about expansion. This means you are going to be bringing in additional profit or abundance through your own works. Now, when I say through your own works, it means through your own action, through your own creation, through your own energy something you're doing with your own two hands or by your own thought, okay? It is literally through he's pulling it out of the fire with his own two hands. So now we have the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands, number one, the wands are your sign. You're the Aries, you're a fire sign. But the wands in this position mean an observation being made between two choices or two different ways to go about something. Now, I always see this card as neither of these choices are wrong. What they are different ways to go about what you need to accomplish. Now, you may or may not feel more pulled toward the right or the left. Some people talk about going right down the middle. Here's the thing to know. Life is circular, okay? It is, things come back around and come back around, and that's, it is a wheel. And it also means that when a path splits, at some point it's going to come back together down the line. So you don't have to worry about being lost and never coming back to your true north. You will, on the other side, this comes back together just like that split. It just depends on which lesson or how you want to go about getting the lesson. It's just different scenery, okay? Then we have the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is an ending to something. So whichever path you choose, it looks like you're going to be letting go of something that you no longer need. Here's why I say you no longer need it. It's a 10. This is the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is a conclusion. This means you've come to the end of this particular cycle. When the beautiful golden light is here, it also means that you're divinely being guided. So it can be releasing negative energy. It can be releasing negative people. It can be releasing negative thought patterns, self-sabotage, things like that. It can also mean you're going to pull up stakes. You may be quitting a job, or something is going to change to where that whole dynamic changes for you. And the reason I'm speaking about that is because you see that big tower glaring at you over there. Now, doesn't mean a bad thing. Okay, we'll discuss when I get there. Here is the Fool. Now, the Fool means the ending of one thing and the beginning of another simultaneously. Remember the circle we were discussing? Well, this Fool card is the 0 in the major arcana. That means there is an endless, seamless transition happening. He won't even be like nudged just a little bit. He's not going to drop anything he's got in the air. He's not going to lose his balance. He'll be able to just smoothly go from one thing to the next with no problem. Now, just because it's going to be smooth doesn't mean that you're not going to worry about how smooth it's going to be. This is the overanalysis paralysis card. She is just got her, my guides just said this, the saying, fit to be tied. I don't know if you've ever heard that, but fit to be tied is a saying in Texas. And fit to be tied means you are just balled up in knots. She's got her hands tied. She's got a blindfold around her eyes. She's having a moment of self-doubt and fear. And that's all that's happening. It's all in her head. And when it's all in her head, she has control over deciding how to address it. Here's the truth. 8 options are way too many. Okay? We can't focus on 8 things at once. Pick your top 3 and then weed it out from there. Only focus on the top 3 things that you want to come out of this whole thing and how you're going to address them. A, B, and C. The rest, you can't focus on the rest. That'll take your attention away from the most important ones. So, pick the top 3 and work from there. It'll take away your feeling of overwhelmed mental state. Now, the next card you have is the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is family energy. This is soul family energy. These are people who are bound to you through many lifetimes, through their own agreement and through yours. It's a mutual agreement to go through lifetimes and assist each other. So this is a beautiful card and beautiful energy. These people may be your actual family, or they may be friends that you've picked up along the way that somehow you have a special bond with. Now, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Aces are always a gift from the universe. This particular one is a gift of foundation, growth. This is financial abundance, any kind of abundance, but for sure financial abundance. It's the here and now. Just so you know, you've got the coins here as well, the expansion. When the coins show up, they're talking about this lifetime right now. They're not talking about past or future. They're talking about this lifetime. And in this lifetime, when this Ace of Pentacles shows up, it's a divine restoration. You will be made whole. You will be able to have a strong foundation and strong commitment. Now, Five of Pentacles. This is in your career and finance. Now, if you're waiting to hear about a job, or if you're waiting to see if you're getting a promotion, this is that fear, okay? See how she's clutching that, looks like she's clutching a child, and she's looking, kind of feeling like she's out in the cold. She's almost feels like a beggar woman, okay? Like she's just pleading with God or pleading with the universe to answer her prayer. Here's what's going on. Remember the Temperance card? Let's don't forget about Temperance up here. Okay, thank you. This is saying we're working it out. You see the three are lit up here, but these two are not lit up. That means it's not fully formed. And she can't see it because it's behind her head. She hasn't turned around to see the universe is trying to show her the light. Okay? And you can't do anything with it until it's ready. And so it's not ready. That's why it's not all the way completely lit up. 5 means a change is happening. And this is happening behind the scenes. So just because you can't see it with your natural eyes in this reality yet, doesn't mean it's not on the way. So you have to keep that hope going. Keep the energy of the thing you're manifesting. Okay? Then you have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is can be an air sign. It can be an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. It can also mean that this is something to do with, it can be a legal matter. And this person can be a lawyer. This person can be a scientist. This person can be an engineer, possibly law enforcement. Anyone who wore a uniform or was in service. This is that energy. And in the angelic realm, this is the Archangel Michael. He is an obstacle remover. He can move anything. And he is also a protector of the truth and the just. So, he's here if you need him. If you need him in the angelic realm, all you have to do is give him permission. Remember, we have free will. So, you have to invite him in and tell him he has permission. 4 of Wands. So this is solid foundation communication. This is your energy, Aries. The rods are there. And this is showing as something wonderful being built. Okay? And we have the foundation here. So this is a good thing. And here's something that's real important to know. Just because it's a tower doesn't mean it's a bad event. This can be something of your own doing. You may be tearing down the structure of what your day-to-day is so that you can rebuild it in a way that is more healthy and satisfying for you. Sometimes we have to get out of the routine, or we realize that we've not been in a very self-preservative place. We've been in a place where we've been abusive of ourselves in the fact that we don't, we get up and we work more than we actually do anything else. And it becomes a little bit of a, well, not a little bit, a lot. It causes a lot of anxiety and health issues, because if all you're doing is working and helping other people accomplish their goals in life, then what about you? What about you having life? So I think that a lot of you are realizing that everything doesn't revolve around everyone else. So sometimes we have to tear that construct down. So this isn't always a bad thing. It means it's about to be rebuilt in a way that serves you. Okay. Now, for some of you, this is going to be about love life, and for some of you, it's going to continue with this job over here. So this is the relationship, love life, and spiritual life. But I want to say that clearly because some people go, oh, you always spin it out of the love thing. Well, no, I'm just giving options because not everybody is in that cycle. Okay? So, 5 of Cups. This is a general reading. Remember this. This can be, oh, dear God, thank you, or oh, my God, please help. Now, either way, here's the answer right behind your back. You got the 2 of Cups here. Do you see how much more beautiful and gold and brilliant they look than the ones that are tipped over? Those don't look so bright. These do. These look like they've almost illuminated. So what this is telling you is, don't spend too much time lingering over what's already passed. You've got hope behind you that's full and vibrant and ready to go. So don't give up. Here is the 9 of Swords. You're thinking of every kind of, this is the same thing, the overanalysis paralysis. This is just a step up. Now you're losing sleep over it. Went from the 8 to the 9. So this is anxiety at its finest, where we look at every way something can go wrong. Okay? Don't play the devil's advocate. Allow yourself to only envision what you want to happen, not what you don't want to happen, because you're just as likely to pull that in. Remember, the law of attraction works in the negative just as fabulously as it does in the positive. So you're in control of making sure you stay on the high vibration. Now, the universe says, hey, stop all that worrying, I got you. Here's the Ace of Cups. This is a beautiful energy of the blessing of the universe being handed to you in the Holy Grail. Now, what this means is you are restored fully in your love, health, relationships, all of your intuition, everything emotionally that you can think of. It's a new cycle. So this is a really great card about being restored to the tippy tip top. This is like having a big old cup from the fountain of youth, because it is a blessing from the universe, and it is the best energy there is out there to be had. And then we have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant can mean a couple of different things. It does mean a large organization. So it can mean a religious thing, because it kind of looks like somebody that would perform a wedding, okay? It also can mean a job. So that's why this is where the caveat comes in, where I said some of you, this may be talking about the new job, and some of you may be talking about a new relationship or new healing. You maybe have been asking for healing. So this is definitely answering that for you. Now we have your near future. So here's where you're at a crossroads. This is deciding not to decide. You are choosing to wait it out. And that's okay, because you're waiting for information. It looks like there's going to be a bigger payout than you imagine. So that if it's a job, this means that you're having, or something to do with finances, this is a windfall, or even getting more money than you anticipated. You've got a timekeeper card, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, third time's the charm. This is also means the month of March, third month. And the Moon card. So some of you are having something come in the near future that you don't even know exists yet. It probably doesn't exist. It's in the development. Because I see this as an embryo, and it can have to do with your soul. It can be with higher source and higher vibration. It can be something being developed specifically for you in divine timing, because it's got the clockwork here. Now, if you look really closely, you can see the rainbow colors of the chakra here, and on this side you see the golden light. So it's really speaking to get grounded and centered and focused. Do your meditation, do your chakra work, do your yoga, tai chi, prayer, whatever brings you right into your solid center. You need to ground and get centered, because whatever's coming through is made specifically for you. So let's see what the clarifiers have to say. Thank you, angels, archangels, divine pure white light, divine spirits, spirit guides, gods, and goddesses. Thank you so much for being present here to allow all Aries, sun, moon, and rising to have the information they seek to clarify this reading for March 16th through 31st, to allow them to have the information they seek to remain on their highest possible spiritual path. Now, this reading goes out a little further than the 16th through 31st. I just want to say that because it is a full reading, and it is my birthday gift to you. I do it in the first part just so that everyone has it before their birthdays. And I just want you all to know I love you each and every one, and I thank you for your viewership and your promotion of wonderfulness. I have a really great community of people, and you guys are it. You all help facilitate what I do and support me in it, and I support you. Getting that, you're definitely getting a new job. Some of you are actually having a job created just for you. It is the perfect thing for you. So, your underlying energy in the clarifiers is the Four of Cups. So you've got the Four of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So this is you being notified of the blessing that some of you don't even know it's heading for you. Now remember, it's a general reading. Here we go. Temperance, patience, holding the wolf back from the door, or holding something, holding your ground. Just, you've got to be able to hold your horses. That just popped out of my mouth. That's funny. Hold your horses. This is definitely new things on the horizon. That's what the little buds are on the end of the rods here. See the little buds? So it's telling you, hold your ground. Don't give up. Temperance is working, and you're about to receive. This is communication right here. This Eight of Rods is something coming in your favor. The buds again. So here you're holding them off here. This is the 7, progressing into getting the message about something moving into your favor for abundance and prosperity. 2 of Swords on top of the 2 of Wands. So there is a decision to be made, and you're kind of at a standoff about it. You still haven't decided at this point. And it looks like the universe is going to help you decide, because that's what that's about, is closing that door. And this is you going, okay, well, if that's not an option anymore, I'm going to look out and ask the universe to show me the way, because obviously I'm done at this point. I need to go another direction. And you got your higher self here, and you're looking out into the horizon, ready to move forward with the completion of this, okay? Moving out of your comfort zone. Okay, so here we have the Fool, which is a smooth transition, Justice card, very fair judgment or very fair decision on your part. So staying in balance as well, okay? Staying in balance. This is the major arcana. The Justice is major arcana for Libra. So it is talking about balance. Libras love balance. 8 of Swords. Remember I told you, don't waste your time with this. Let go of this is overthinking and getting yourself caught, because now you've got the 9 of Pentacles. So it's telling you everything is being taken care of. This is the Garden of Eden card in the deck, and it means everything will be provided as needed. So there's no reason to keep on worrying if you know that. 6 of Cups, talking about your soul family, and good old King Aries here, King of Rods. Very much in your power. This is a very strong energy, very passionate. This is you, Aries. Now we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is the divine restoration, being made whole. and the Page of Swords. So the message that you're waiting for over here is coming through. And the message is a new job or a new place. If some of you aren't, some people are lucky enough to just be self-sufficient and not have to work, or they work for themselves and have a really abundant life. And so this is telling you, here's the worry, the Five of Pentacles. You're worrying that it's not going to come through. And this is the Ace of Rods. Remember, all aces are gifts from the universe. So this is that break you've been waiting for. The Ace of Rods is showing a blooming, prosperous new beginning. And rods stand for work as well as your sign. So you've got a double entendre here because you're an Aries with this Ace of Rods. And it means a new job, and it's in the job section here, in the career and finance. So if it's not a job, if it's just talking about your finances, it's still hugely prosperous because it means it's taken root. Okay? And King of Swords with the Ten of Rods. So this beautiful Archangel Michael energy has removed whatever issue you have, and now you're going forth with your... this is as good as saying you're going carrying your wheelbarrow full of prosperity to the bank, okay? Because he's got all these rods now, they're all blooming and prosperous, and he's carrying it to his castle. So we like wheelbarrows full of prosperity. That's almost good as last week when I said a dump truck full of blessings. So Four of Wands, beautiful energy of stability and new growth, communication, with the Death card on top. So this means your slate's being cleaned from the past thing, okay? And you've got it right next to this Tower card, which is also a new beginning. So, and I say it because it's obstacles being removed. So whatever's been holding you back, you get that, and whatever happens after that is that you clear the slate and you get to rebuild. Okay, so some of you feel like you may have lost something here with this Ten of Swords. Well, now it's coming back in a better way, out with the old and with the new. With this Page of Cups is the offer of someone telling you how much they appreciate you and how valuable you are to them. Some of you may be getting a promotion. And here is relationship, love life, and spiritual life. Five of Cups, a little bit of, past regret or sadness. And then here comes the new beginning. So whoever this is for, with the Dear God, thank you, Lord, it's coming through, or Dear Universe, here is the Sun card. This is the new beginning. Beautiful white horse stands for your renewed spirit. The baby stands for the renewed object or person or beginning of this, the relationship or your spiritual awakening. With this beautiful sun that's saying guaranteed continuous restoration, happiness, joy, growth, revitalization. That little baby looks very happy. This is the happiest card in the deck, y'all. So it's a really good card to get, especially right on top of this one that's kind of melancholy. So, divine happiness. Now we have the Nine of Swords, where you're caught up in your little tailspin. And the Six of Rods comes on top. This is being seen head and shoulders above the rest. This is the hero's welcome. He's coming back from war victorious. Everyone is giving him accolades. So this is being seen in the best possible light. Ace of Cups, divine, wonderful blessing. All good things in this cup. Wonderful, beautiful healing, intuition, love, happiness, joy, everything you can imagine. And on top of that is a document. Now, the reason I say it's a document, this is a extra card that's in this deck. And I leave it in because it does stand for any kind of paperwork, okay? Now, this can be a marriage license. This can be a house, a deed to a house or property. It can be anything. So, and it can also be, remember I said earlier, this may be job for some people who are not in the romantic thing. This definitely talking about a new job if that's the case. And again, the new job or marriage. This can be like a, going to buy your home. You may be buying a home. And then you've got the Emperor on top of the Hierophant. And the Emperor on top of the Hierophant is allowing yourself to realize that the universe has your back. This is they're giving you, this is a condoned thing. The universe is giving you the carte blanche. It's saying, here it is. This is for you. So be it a marriage or a blessing of a new house or job, it is set out by the universe. It is intended that way. So here is your Two of Swords, where you're caught up in the Mexican standoff, I call it. This is a definite crossroads of thought. And the Eight of Swords, that's why you're at this crossroads, because you're just in this bind in your head. Okay, well, here comes some clearing of that. Windfall, bonus, additional wonderfulness coming in of prosperity, unexpected. And the Four of Rods, which is either a threshold, which can be the marriage. That's the Four of Wands. I mean, it looks like an altar. It can be an opening to your next wonderful life cycle. And it's showing that that's what's happening. Now, when this happens, sometimes we get some anxiety, which is what's happening here. Okay? It's cold feet, stage fright, whatever you want to call it. Now, when we do that, it's because this energy is huge. There are guardians of threshold. They are real. They are spirits energy that will push back on you when you're making a change, when you're going through the next stepping up, okay? So, it's like going from the regular dive to the super high dive, the 1 meter board, right? Or the 5 meter or whatever, however big it is. I know as a kid, it was so hard to climb that ladder and not climb back down. And then to get my daddy to coax me off of that thing. So it's just like that. You're scared to death. But once you do it, and you get to the, you land in the water and everything's fine. All your pieces are still there. You feel like, oh, well, that was kind of fun, right? So just push through it. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Because again, here's the abundance again. So if you can get past this doorway and get past this fear, this is all mental fear. This is all made up in your head. And because you are just turning the options around in your head so many times that you start to get afraid that you're going to make a wrong choice. You don't have to be afraid of that. Okay? Whatever you choose will be the right thing. But don't turn away from it. Turning away from it is the only wrong thing you can do. Shrinking back in fear is never the right way. So, here's the abundance. As you pass through the doorway, it's guaranteeing you're going to get this 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, third time's the charm. And here is this beautiful thing that's being created for you. This is granting you entrance. This is giving you the blessing of it. There are the keys. For some of you, it may be a home. For others of you, it may be a new relationship. And still others, it may be the job of your dreams, or your actual business being launched. So this is all a really wonderful thing, and that's the best way I could think to end this reading. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful second half of March all the way through. For those of you whose birthdays end in April, or are in April, this also applies to you. So it's not just for the March. I just do it at this time period so that you get it in advance. And this reading goes 2 to 6 months out. So I send you all my love, many, many blessings. Don't forget to watch the weeklies. Those are free. And if you'd like to subscribe, there's a join button below this video that will take you to the dailies. So I thank you so much for everything. I wish you all a happy birthday, and love and blessings to you all. See you again in April. Namaste.